Bob Arum says that Artur Beterbiev will face his mandatory first, and then he will fight Dmitry Bivol in a light heavyweight unification. I hope that Bob Arum is going to be true to his word, and if recent fights involving top rank and matchroom fighters are anything to go by, Bob Arum probably will be true to his word, because we've seen those cross-promotional fights between top rank and matchroom several times in the past year or so. It's a great fight. It's a fight I'm sure we all want to see. I personally think the Bivol fight is going to be a tougher fight for Beterbiev than the Vozdek fight was, or Vozdek, excuse me. I think it's going to be tougher for him. I think that Bivol, from what I've seen of him, he's a more confident character than Vozdek. I think he's sharper, faster, and Vozdek is fast himself, but I think Bivol is faster and just overall a more confident, self-assured, sharper, maybe even tougher boxer. So I'm expecting that to be one hell of a fight if and when it happens. Hopefully it does. I saw Bob Arum talking to Artur Beterbiev in the ring immediately after his victory over Vozdek. And he appeared to say something about February. I can't remember what date he said. And I'm assuming that's the date by which he has to fight his mandatory challenger. So maybe sometime in the summer or from September onwards, we could see Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol if both of those guys keep hold of their belts. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who would you pick in that fight? Artur Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol? Boxing fans have notoriously short memories. They're like goldfish. The way they forget things that happened last week and totally reassess their, position on things this week. And one thing I'm referring to specifically here is the Callum Johnson fight. Because when Beterbiev fought Callum Johnson, a lot of boxing fans were saying Beterbiev was the weakest link at light heavyweight. And now that he's beaten Vozdek, they're saying, oh, he's a beast and there's nobody out there who can beat him. Now, obviously, we all learn new things from every fight, but boxing fans tend to go from one extreme to the other. Whereas I like to try and keep a bit more of an even keel. I don't see Beterbiev as this infallible beast who's just going to run through the whole light heavyweight division. I think the Bivol fight is extremely tough for him. I mean, the Vozdek fight was tough for him. Yeah, he always looked like the more confident and self-assured fighter, and he was the aggressor and all that kind of business. But he was behind, I believe, on at least two of the judges' scorecards going into that 10th round. I'm not necessarily saying the judges' scorecards are gospel, but I think it's a reflection of how competitive the fight was. So even if you had Beterbiev ahead, he wasn't ahead by much. That's what I will say. So I'm expecting the Bivol fight to be much tougher. I think Bivol's a tougher character. And yeah, we'll see. And obviously, you've also got Kovalev taking on Canelo. We'll see what happens with the winner of that. If it's Kovalev, I'm sure there's going to be a rematch clause, actually, for the Canelo fight. So who knows? Maybe Kovalev is not really a factor anymore because he'll be tied up with Canelo if he wins for 2 fights. And what happens after that, who knows? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about all the talking points that I've raised in this video. It's happening. I'm out.